Good morning everyone, it's Catriona here, also known as Crafty Cat from Wendy's design team for Cardio. Just thought I would just do a wee video on this one that I actually posted a few days ago. A couple of the ladies and gents have actually asked if I could do a video for you for this one, so not really, it's not a difficult card to do. The trees aren't actually an actual stamp. These are made from the fir tree branch from the Holly Berry set. I've also did a video on how to make the Christmas trees using the Holly Berry set as well, the fir tree branches. So that's already on the Cardio Facebook page, so there's a link to that if you want to have a wee look at doing that, but I'll show you how to do them again, doing this one. So as I say, the trees are actually made out of the branches from the Holly Berry set, which is here, which is, I usually sometimes go between both of these. Excuse me. So, and again, just different shades of green, just to give the distance. You can see the trees from a distance and sort of close up as well. Obviously, Horace and Norris are from this set, which is Taking Cover. I used the tree from here, from the Winter Trail set, which is this one. And on the Christmas tree sign, what I did was I used the small holly leaves, and the berries were actually made from liquid petals, but I put some small holly leaves on the sign as well. And obviously the fence comes from the Fox in the Fence, so that's how I did these. So that's all the sets that I've actually used in this one. So a mixture of old and new, but as we all know, the sets are so versatile for to be able to do all the different things that we do with them, the mix and match. So I'll just get started and I'll show you how I did this one. Alright, so I'll need to get more card blanks, so what I've done is I've actually just cut a 6x6 piece of card out. The inks that I've used throughout this one is VersaFine Clear Rainforest, VersaFine Clear Pinecone. I've not laid out my VersaFine Clear Nocturne, but that's the black, but I've got the Onyx Black VersaFine, but you can use any black sort of ink for that. I've got a VersaCraft Pine, VersaCraft Evergreen. I've got some Polar Blue for the actual sky, and also green tea that I use, for the trees as well, just to give a wee bit of a mix and match. So these are the inks and whatever that I've used for it. And I've also just cut out a wee bit of paper just for the sign that I know is going to fit onto the fence, and then I'll just glue that. And that's it. So first of all, I will just grab a piece of card, straighten that up a wee bit, so that's fine. So what I did first of all was I actually did all the trees first. So I did them in the sort of lightest colour first, which is the green tea, and I'll just get the branches out. So I've got the two different sizes, so that we can just sort of mix and match them. Okay. So I kind of thought, I would start the trees kind of sort of halfway up the card to allow for to be able to put in the fence after I've stamped the all the trees and whatever, so there's enough room for that. So what I did was I always start off kind of in the middle, kind of there probably, and just rotate so it, you know, it looks authentic and whatever. But you can, if you go a wee bit squinty with the tree, you can always fill it in, as I say, with the smaller leaf and stuff, and you honestly you would not notice. They're so forgiving, these, when you make them. And you don't get two trees the same, so from that perspective, if you make a wee boob, you don't notice it, because you can fix it quite quickly. So I'll just stick the big bit up there. In fact, we could probably make this one a wee bit bigger. Just add a couple to the base here. So I've done that one round the wrong way, so it's fixable, as you'll see shortly. Oopsie daisies. Just make that a wee bit bushier at the bottom. But it's up to you how you do them. So I just cover that over and then you don't see it. Just put a couple of darker ones in here. And there we've got our kind of first tree in. Because this one is in the foreground, what I would tend to do is I would tend to make that one a bit darker. So if we use the Versiclear Evergreen, and just put in some kind of dark green ones. And it just gives us a kind of better sort of colour coordination. And it just gives it a different kind of dimension a wee bit. Okay, so that's the first one. You can also even, I mean, I just kind of go nuts with all the different greens, but you know, just to give it, because you know yourself, the trees have got different colours, but you know, you could add in a bit of pine as well, and 6 1/2 a dozen, to be honest. You know, you can add as much or as little as you want. But anyway, that gives you the gist. So what I'll do then is I'll probably, like what I've done in that other one, I'll probably just do a wee one to the right. So just start off with this again. And to make them weird, just cross them over. Just cross over the branches, and then you'll get a weird tree. That's a relatively new ink pad, so just be careful that you're not smudging it. Did that one round the wrong way, but as I showed you before, it's easily fixable, so just fix it like that. a bit wonky just now, but you just fill in all the wee white bits and then it'll start to take shape. So we just want a wee one here, we don't want too a big one. So daisies. And then just fill that line in at the bottom so that it kind of covers that over. If you've got a wee line, because they're very forgiving if you make a wee mistake, but go. And then likewise I can even use the evergreen one as well, rather than using the VersaFine if you want another shade of green. So it just kind of breaks it up. Okay, and then excuse me, I'm going to do a lighter one in the background now. The lighter green tea is very similar to pine, but this is an old ink pad, so what will happen is it will be very light. So if we put the big branch up there, so we know that that's where that one's going to end, and we just sort of start here, just fill it in to make it look as if it's in the background. So that is a bit lighter. Fill that one in as you gradually work your way down. Just don't make it too dark so it doesn't go over the one at the front. Okay, so that's gradually coming together. So I will put a wee bit of the evergreen in this one, front one, which will make that one look a bit darker as well. Don't need to be all the same, just a wee splodge here and there, and it just makes it look it's like all the different shades of green. There we go. I'll probably just fill that one in a wee bit more so that you've got rid of the kind of white bits. Okay, then we'll move over to this side now. So I would probably want one that's probably just maybe a bit bigger there, or just maybe slightly smaller than that one. And where are we? Use that one. So we can just move that one up there. Just got to watch. You get ink everywhere, but that will be covered up anyway, so you won't see that. We'll just work our way up. And it's okay if you've got a blotch there, because that will be covered very shortly. and they take shape quite quick. Do you know? Very very versatile stamp this. I just love it. Well used. Just stick some darker greens in there, like so. Sorry, I'm probably rushing this a wee bit, but do you know, it's just, I've made so many of these treat cards that once you know, can I get the swing of it, you know, you just stamp and keep stamping and whatever. So we'll just go back and put another stick into again. Put another one at the back here. Just cover that just to make sure that we've kind of got the shape of the tree. First of all. Again, I mean, obviously, you know, if you take more time, you know, they're much more neater and precise, but just obviously, so that I can show you how I did it. Just, you know, it's just a bit quick. And then we'll do the same at this side. We'll probably make this one a bit darker anyway, but just to give the, it's just gone off the page a wee bit, but it just covers up the white bit at the back, yeah, so that they're all looking as if they're in a wee forest. So you don't need to be too precise with that one at the end because it's gone off the page. Likewise with this one too. Just start it. Sorry, just my phone. Got one like that. And then what I might do is just put a wee bit of the make it a wee bit darker. Like so. There we go. So that looks not too bad. And we'll go for a wee one as well, actually. Make it a wee bit more defined. So there we go. That's all the trees and everything in, and we can then go on and get our fence in and start building it up a wee bit. I'll just get rid of all that ink just now. Oopsie daisies. So, as you can see, it's quite effective once you've done all that and whatever. But then you can go back and fill it in if you've got any wee gaps that you can actually see. You can just go back and fill it in once you've done it. I've got a wee bit of green ink down here, but hopefully the fence will cover that once I put the fence in. Alright, so you need I would advise on a stamping platform for doing this part of it, only because it's it just makes it a bit easier if you're especially when you're putting things in that are, you know, quite precise that you maybe want to stamp again. I'm not very good with stamping blocks, that's your own preference, I guess. So we'll just get this fancy one out. Just love this fence, it just is like a forest fence that you would see in a forest, you know. So what we'll do is we will probably just have it about here. The fence there. Okay. And using the Versafine Clair, or you could use pine cone as well. In fact, I think I might just use pine cone first. See how I can't remember which ink that I used. I think it might have been pine cone actually, to be fair. So I'll just stick that in there. And then just go over it again. Sorry, the table's shaking with us. So, just to make it a bit precise. So there we go. Maybe missed a wee bit. Just there. That'll do. Still see a wee bit. I'll just clean that off. And then we'll move to the other side. So, just need to move it slightly that way. And I'm going to try and see if I can cover these wee mistakes with all these wee ink marks. There's one there, one there. So that's not too bad. See, never mind, you won't see that either. Anyway, we shall just proceed this way. I'll show you a wee trick if you actually get ink on like that, you know. I mean, you won't see it because I'm going to obviously put glitter and everything on it, but if you do that in the future, I'll show you how easy it is to, you can just cover it over and you wouldn't even notice it's there. If you have done that in the past, and it's just all hints and things you pick up over the years, I guess, you know. Watching people and seeing how people fix things and stuff, because it would annoy me, so I like to get it fixed. So I'll just get rid of the wee fence, so we'll need that again. Okie, so that's us got the fence and everything in. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put the wee tree in that Morris and Boris have been pinching. So let's get that one. So again, just very much like that. Looks good. Just turn that down. So I'll go with green tea first. Make sure you don't get any on the person that's the other part of the stamp. It's only the tree you're interested in, obviously. Okay, and we'll just put some pine in just to mix and match. then you can make it a wee bit darker as well by just adding in the VersaFine clear evergreen. So we've got that in, but you'll notice that obviously we've got a wee bit of the tree missing, only because it's the way the stamp's designed, because it's attached to that wee boy or girl. So what I do with that is I just put this right. What I do with that one is just get the pine, the wee fir tree branches, and you can just add a little bit into the corner. So I'll just show you how you do that. So just get the wee tree and just put a wee bit on the end there, and then you can just add a wee bit on, and you would never know. And just to make it look as if it is, just add a wee bit on each side, and then you can balance it up if you want. Don't need to do this, but just a wee addition. So then what I did was I just got like a cotton, oops daisies, until I get them out. Like just a wee cotton bud first of all, and just made the wee kind of trunk coming down there. Okay, so that's that all done. Then what I would do is I went over the fence just with a white gel pen, just to make it kind of sort of stand out a wee bit. Don't know if that's moved slightly. So just go over the fence, and it just kind of makes the fence look as if there's snow and whatever lying on the top of it. It just gives it a wee bit of kind of different feel. Okay. There we go. So it just I don't know, it just makes it look a wee bit better. I probably need to get a new white gel pen. This one's running out, but I won't go raking for it. It'll be in one of my boxes and stuff. But it just kind of, let's see, some of it just blocked a wee bit. But it just means that the fence kind of stands out a wee bit more than if you just, just left it in the brown stamp just against the trees and stuff. It just, well, for me it just makes the fence stand out a wee bit. I tell you, I don't know, whoever invented white pens, white gel pens, absolutely brilliant. They really are. You can also use Posca, the Posca white ones, as long as it's the fine nib. You can do exactly the same with using the Posca. If you've got a white Posca pen, it doesn't need to be the Signal one, but they both do the same thing, and it's just really just to highlight the fence a wee bit. Excuse me. Right. Oakley dokley. That's probably falling off. These wee ones that you've covered, just go over them with the white, and you don't really notice these wee mistakes there. They won't show up anyway because you're going to cover it over with glitter, but if I've got wee blotches and stuff, sometimes I just use the white pen just to cover them over and you don't see them. So there we go. So that'll do dandy there. So the next thing is we will add in the small sign. Okay. So how I did this was, oops, daisies. If you just get a fine liner pen, and just kind of do your thing first. So okay. Just to make it a wee bit. The daisies. Now, once you've done that, what I did was I actually went over it with a bit brown ink. So just with the pine cone, just to make it look kind of vintagey, and so that it's just no white. So just get a wee bit of a dry baby wipe and just over it a wee bit, just with the brown ink, and then it kind of looks as if it's all kind of worn sign, rather than just sort of have it plain, you know. And then just with the fine liner, I just put two wee notches up there for once I stick it into the, let's do another one down there, so when it looks as if it's hanging on the fence, and just a wee line around the edging. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. So that's that. And then what I did was I actually went over this with a black gel pen to make it look as if it's much more bolder. But if you do it with the fine liner first, it kind of gives you a guide. But it just makes it stand out a wee bit more. And then we can just let that dry. There we go. And then we can add the leaves, so we'll let that dry first for a wee minute. I'll bring this back in. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I am going to do the Horace and Norris Double Trouble. I accidentally got into the Horace and Norris stories and all of the mice and stuff. It probably would have been last Christmas, and it's ended up being kind of a series of different parts and whatever. Just with some, humour added in, because really, with all the COVID and things that were going on in the world, everybody needs a wee laugh from time to time, and sometimes I think I'm off my head, you know, nuts with some of the things I come out with, but anyway, it's all good fun. Right, so that's Norris there hiding, and we've got Horace here holding the stalk. Right, so we'll just stick him in. Now, what I'll do is I'll probably do Horace first. And just with the VersaFine. I usually do it twice because it just means it's really, you know, it comes out really black and stands out and stuff. Just put them back because they're so small that you don't want to lose. What have we done here? You don't want to lose, you know, the wee stamps because they're so handy. Right, and then we'll get Norris in here. So what I'll do is I just want to cover him up a wee bitty. So, oopsie daisies, stick to your fingers. So just pop them in there, I think. Looks fine. Right, so I'll get them stuck to the stamp platform, and what to do is just put a wee bit of paper just here, and then we can always, if we've, you know, not got enough of his body in or whatever, we can just move it up. So as you can see there, we can probably move that up a wee bit so that it's, you're better going in a bit shy first. So that's it. There we go. So put Norris away now. Right, so I think that's all the stamping done with the platform, so we don't need that anymore. So it's beginning to take shape now. So what I'll do is that's just a wee bit off there. Just add that in, or you could just add in the brown again. Just so he's got that. What I might do is just go over the trunk with a wee bit of white as well, because that just adds a wee bit of dynamic. So that's that. Right, so we're going to put on our Christmas trees for sale sign. So we're going to pop that in there because that should be ready to go. Yep. So just a bit glue in the back. Just to stick that down. It's only a bit of paper, so you don't need loads of glue on it. we'll just pop that there, like so. And then you can just get your glue pen again and just put a wee notch on the Christmas tree, then have your sign going up. Okay, make these a bit bigger. And then you can add in your, just for a wee bit of colour because it's mainly green, I thought, right, well, I'll just add in a couple of wee holly leaves. So the small holly out of the winter bloom set. Just use that one. Okay. And I just use the VersaFine Evergreen again, and just put some branches, just to break it up a wee bit, that was all. Just stick them in there. It's up to you, don't need to do that. So that's that. So the next thing is just to add in some grounding for them. So we scrap a bit of paper and this is actually a VersaFine Clay Nocturne that's nearly dry, so I use that. I tend to use that at the moment just to do some grounding because it's really light and it just gives you the hint that they're, you know, standing in the snow sort of thing. And then we can just do some shadow in here as well, so it's just a matter of just sporadically just putting stuff down the path, and then you can ground your fence stumps there. So it makes it look as if they're actually in the snow. Like that. And then we can just sporadically put in some wee, like where the snow's kind of drifted a wee bit, like that. Just a wee bit. There we go. That'll do us. So there we go. So that's us done to there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my quickie glue pen to do this. And then just put in my glitter. Make sure you just get in between the fence posts there. There we go. And then we can just add in the glitter. It just sets it off, or you don't need to do the glitter, you could even just do the snow, you know, just use your glue pen, your white gel pen, and you could you know, just put dots of snow or use the chunky snow embossing powder. So you could do that. So there's different ways you could do that. I'm just wanting just to make sure that I haven't missed any bits. That's okay. Yeah, that looks not too bad. So again, it's your DecoArt Glamour Dust, which is the fine glitter, and you can get that off Wendy's website as well. So just cover that over. Just flick off the excess. I get this everywhere, every time. Get carried away. And there we go again. Don't know what I do with that glitter. It just it gets everywhere, and you end up you're out in the shops and something in you've got it over your face. Hey, all good fun. Rightio, so that's me. That's that also. Just tidy that up. Yeah. So there we go. Almost there, but you know, you can see that it's quite effective when you put the glitter on it. Just make sure you don't cover the mice over. And what I wanted to do was to add in a wee bit of polar blue for the sky. But if you just excuse me a wee minute, I've dropped the ink pad, so there we go. So again, just with a dry baby wipe, and just so we've got a wee bit covered in the sky, but don't do this to the end, because just to make sure the trees have all dried, so that you know, they don't smudge when you're putting the sky in. You could put the sky in if you wanted at the start, but I just like to start off just with the trees and then add the sky in later on. Just do that in all the spaces so that you don't have any whites. And if you wanted to add even more colour to the trees and stuff like that, you know, you could add in, you know, put a darker, if you wanted some of the trees at the back just to be a bit darker as well, you could do that. But, you know, that's pretty much it, to be fair. The only other thing I would do is just add in, you know, a couple of, just to get, you know, break up the green, a wee bit of red liquid pearls for the holly berries. That's the only other thing that I would maybe add to it. Just breaks up just the green. Another thing you could do is, if you wanted as well, is you can, you know, put snow, give the snow effect that there's snow, you know, around the trees. Add a couple of these are kind of transparent liquid pearls, but it just kind of looks as if there's some snow there in the background, but you don't need to do very much of them, so that it's just very subtle. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So very similar to obviously the original one that I did. That's the original one, and that's the one that I've just done. And you can also, if you wish, is just go around it before you mount it onto your card, you know, just go round the edges with the black Sharpie, and it just makes it pop a wee bit more. You'll see that I probably put that in all my cards because I just think it's just a nice sort of finishing touch sort of thing. So there we go. That's the two cards all done and whatever. But as I say, dead easy. And you know, I hope you enjoy making them as much as I do. It's a brilliant brand, so versatile, you know, and you know, you can just do so much with the stamps. It's phenomenal, really. All the different things that you can actually do with the stamps, and you know, mix and match all the different sets and whatever. But anyway, I'll be quiet now. So have a good day, guys, and thanks for stopping by just to watch it. Appreciate that. So see you soon. Okay, thank you. Bye.